Hello and welcome to Geekatplay Studio Tutorials. In this tutorial we'll look on some models that come from Cornucopia that can be animated. As example, let's go to loaded object, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to load the cow. They also have many other objects, but okay, here's a cow. Let's move it closer to we'll just rotate. So if we look on render this moment, this is just normal static cow, and if we enable timeline, you will notice also it's no animation applied to the cow. We can go inside, and by modifying on specific bone structure, which is actually very nice with addition to view, we can animate it and set keyframe to this model as well. So it's kind of nice bone system applied to models, so you can animate this way. Or in many cases, what's happened, like select our model from top, you can purchase and download it and load it pre-animated options from the cornucopia. So we go edit objects, and right here you can see we have it all our bone system for our cow, so we can modify or animate it just specific, or we can go ahead, load it, and in this case right here we have it our cow eating or cow walking. So we can preload this animation, and now when we start preview, you can see our cow is now animated, and it's walking animation applied to our cow. The one problem is only with this cow do not actually it's walk on same place, so it doesn't walk in our scenery. Again, because that animation is applied to the object internal bone system, we can animate all by object location after. So let's go ahead. So right here we'll take our cow, we'll move, and next we'll just approximately so we'll see when cow moving, we'll go in the back, okay, last frame, and we'll move cow up front. Okay, plus and minuses when you do, you need to be very careful, because what's happened, if you notice right now watching the feed, you'll notice the feet slightly moving ahead, so that our cow is like walking on ice, sliding slightly forward. So in many cases you actually need to calculate the speed of the cow. You actually want to go ahead and calculate the distance properly as well. So let's click preview. So you can see this is a little bit more accurate now, our cow walking with correct speed. Of course, we can animate even more. We can take our camera and we can say track cow. Okay, let's also slightly adjust. In that case, our camera will follow our cow, and let's have it even more fun, have it a little bit more loose set on our camera. So in that case our camera will follow, but kind of not necessarily will keeping inside the focus on our. Okay, let's go ahead and render very fast our animation. And what I want to do is go ahead, set broadcast, because I want motion blur applied. It will give it a little bit more real look. Let's click OK on this, and we'll just go ahead and render as default 360, and I like 224 frames. And we'll go ahead and render this animation. So it's take a little bit time, and I'll come back to this tutorial and pause right now and come back after animation finish render. Okay, so right here we finish render our animation, and you can see it's actually done very good, very realistic animations for our cow. So we apply the motion, so the cow moving, and we have it camera following. Okay. The also other things what we can do, we can select the cow, we can go ahead, right click, and let's go ahead and save this object with all animations that we did apply to this object. So I'm going ahead and name cow, and I'll save our cow animation. Okay, next what I'm going to do is create a brand new scenery. Okay, I'm going ahead and create just a platform. Okay, I want to expand this platform. So make it longer. We'll take our camera and just position slightly above the platform. Look down. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to material and we'll enable ecosystem. Inside the ecosystem selection, we go ahead and load it object. As an object, we'll select the cow with animations that we just created. Let's click populate. Okay, also what I want to do, I want avoid overlap and force alignment. Okay, next we'll just set rotation. It's actually 0, sorry. It is there. Scaling, we remove rotation here so they're all going in one direction. Let's click OK. Okay, we'll enable animation bar. Okay, it's actually you don't see in a preview, but right here you can see our cows is moving, so we can go ahead, take main camera, so we can increase bigger. Also notice we have a different scales of the cows. We can go inside and be sure our scales is the same. We can enable all the scaling, so then won't be any different, they will be exactly the same. Okay, just proportion, actually we want to keep it all proportions the same. Okay, we'll size rotation. Okay, let's leave it just like this for now so we can see the different. Let's click OK. And again, if we go ahead and render this animation, cow walking. Okay, I want to actually decrease size, so we're going faster, and I will just render and preview, and we'll just render this animation. Okay, let's go render. Actually, I need to set my keyframe, so we'll go right here and we'll just 3 seconds. Okay, there you go. Okay, cow walking. Go render. Yes, I want override, so I want just to have my animation done. And I'll pause and I'll come back in a second when it's finished render. Okay, we're done rendering. It actually was quite a bit fast. And you notice right here we have our cow army marching. But overall, let's give you ideas so you can actually creating not just with a single cow, you can actually save animation with other animals and create as your ecosystem with animated, pre-animated objects. Okay, thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studio. Please remember visit us on the web is www.geekatplay.com.